Joining me, Utah Congressman and Chairman of the House Oversight Committee, Jason Chaffetz, who is the one making the news today, announcing that he won't run for re-election. Nice to see you, Mr. Chairman.
Hey, Greta.
So why? Why are you walking away from all this power?
Well, you know what? I just turned 50. I'm sleeping on a cot in my office. I've spent more than 1,500 nights away from my family, and you know what? I happen to love my wife and adore our kids. My life's changed over the last year. 2 of my 3 kids are now married, and we're soon going to be empty nesters. And I really, really like the work in Congress. I really do. But I love my family more. And people may try to make it more than that, but it's really that simple.
Have you spoken to Speaker Ryan about it?
I did. I called him last night, and he said, "Boy, I didn't see that coming." And then he said, "Please don't do that yet." And I said, "Well, I didn't call to ask permission. I just called to inform you that Julie and I had made that decision." So he was very nice, and I'm very good friends with the Speaker, and I really like Paul Ryan as a person, and I listened to him, but I let him know where I was at.
All right. Well, you have, I mean, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee is a very powerful position. You have taken President Trump to task a bit. Does that have any bearing on your decision?
No, no. Look, the contention that is the tension that is between the executive branch and legislative branch, I thrive on that. I like it. We're very contentious with the Obama administration. We have been with the Trump administration, and no, I worry that I'm going to miss that a little bit. I was a place kicker once upon a time in college, and I don't mind being in the firestorm. In fact, I kind of thrive to it. I'm kind of attracted to it. But stepping back and saying, hey, there's more to life than being a member of Congress, I'm doing what I said I was going to do, serve and then get out.
Well, one of the controversies is President Trump's tax returns. I mean, everyone's clamoring for them. What's your position on that?
My position is that it's not against the law. I disagreed with the president. When Donald Trump was campaigning, I said very clearly, if you're going to run for president, you should have to open up your kimono and show everybody everything, including your tax returns. So I was very critical of him, but it is not required by law. And I've had Democrats and others who want to have me issue a subpoena to get those tax reforms. But it's just not going to, the country isn't going to operate just on based on what Jason Chaffetz believes. They should actually be a law to do that, and I'm actually working on that. And I think they should have to disclose their medical background, and I think they should also have to disclose their taxes. But given that it's not in the code, I don't think it's right to just force somebody to have to do that.
So what about your future? Is politics over?
Well, I'm just saying I'm not going to be a candidate for the Senate seat that's up in 2018, nor am I going to run for the House again. But I very well may come back into politics at some point. I'm not going to close the door on that. I'd like to be a vocal voice in politics, but I got to find the right balance in my life, and that balance has gotten a little out of whack, and I got to get a bit more with my family.
A lot of people are sort of addicted to this. It's, it's hard to walk away. Look, I've known you for a number of years. I believe you. I believe you. It's your family, and that you've just, it's time. I got that. But a lot of people, it's hard to walk away from Washington.
Well, they call it Potomac fever for a reason, and it is contagious, and it is exciting and dynamic, and you can do things that others can't do. But it does take a bit of a strong will to say you're willing to give that up. But my priority is my family, and my hierarchy of needs, the family's first, and we'll do other things. We'll be engaged. We'll be out there publicly, but it's just, I wish more people would actually get in, serve, and get out. That's what you're supposed to do.
Congress says Republicans couldn't get health care passed. What's going on obviously I see they get the Freedom Caucus, I see the dissension, but why can't things get passed?
Well, look, it's Republicans have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. We got to look to ourselves in the mirror, and we have 2 big tasks this year. One is to repeal and replace Obamacare, and the other is to engage in meaningful tax reform. And I still think we can accomplish both, but we're on the clock. Time is passing, and we got to get those things done, or we're going to spell doom for ourselves in many fronts.
Are you disappointed in Congress?
It is frustrating. I mean, like when you got 535 people who all want to control the lever and do their thing individually, it is a bit frustrating. But I bet it's been frustrating for the last couple hundred years. You know, at some point, I wish others would say, hey, look, I'm not going to get everything I want. Take this sort of Ronald Reagan approach to say, I'm not going to get 100% everything I want, but if I can move, you know, and get 80%, is that good enough? And I do wish there was more coming together on stuff. We've done that in the Oversight Committee, Elijah Cummings and I. The majority of letters we've sent this year, we've done together. We passed meaningful bipartisan postal reform. I know that's not on the top of everybody's list, but we did in a bipartisan way. It passed out of our committee unanimously, but you never hear about those things. So yeah, I get frustrated with Congress, and I think the country does.
Well, it's usually people leave when they're in the minority. You're in the majority, or when they don't have any power. You're chairman, so you know. So there's been much attention on it. But I wish you the best of luck, and I hope to get over the camera to see that cot that you sleep in your office with.
Come on over. I'd love to show you.
Anyway, nice to talk to you.
Thanks, Greta.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.